Morning, Kindlech. Here to God willing record a little bit of the mimer from Acharon Shel Pesach Tuf Shin, the first installment. Already have the 6th and 8th installment on the web, but hopefully we can get up to first. It's Erev Pesach today. Everyone should have a kosher Hag kasher v'sameach. Still just so much to do today. We burnt the chametz, sold the chametz, everything else, but there's still plenty to do. It's a very busy day. The room is so clean. I'd love to show off the room. Anyway, you might notice that the flag isn't there. I had an exciting shidduch prospect I was very excited about, who was put off by the flag. So for the time being, there it is in the back. I don't know if you can see it over my shoulder. I don't know if that's the right move or not. I do like the flag. I'm not married to the flag. I need to marry a girl. And I need that very much. I need a young woman in my life to, balance me and help me make my family and our family and help me do God's will. I'm lonely. I need a woman in my life. Anyway, if this would make the difference, I don't know if it's the right idea, wrong idea, I don't know if she give in, not give in. Even if she changes her mind, is this the right girl for me? I happen to like the flag. I'm not married to the flag. And she says the degel is okay, but the big flag not. I'm confused. Maybe it's just something she's saying. Maybe it's a let me down easy. I don't know. But we're trying, for the time being, flag down to see what's going on, because there was an issue. The flag also took care of a secondary issue, which we've now taken care of. You might notice how bright white the door is, so the flag was covering with that, because people had commented about the door in the past. So now the door is bright white. Then can get away with something else, might redecorate. I'm going to, God willing, start broadcasting from Basement Shack 770, which would be very, very nice. As long as people can hear me and no one in 770 should have issue, or no one that, I don't care if maybe not one person has an issue, but as long as it works, generally works. Anyway, yeah, I may very well be the next leader of our generation. It's very confusing to me, but I still have certain ratzonos have to work out. Anyway, I'm here. I love God. I interact. My world's pretty spiritual. I interact with God to some degree. I interact with the Rebbe pretty openly. The Rebbe's here. He's alive in the sense you can communicate with him if you refine yourself. The Rebbe is trying to speak to you as well. He fills the entire universe. He fills everything. Some people see him in the body. I don't have this. And to me, he'd be limited if he were in the body, although I want him in the body. If we get him in the body, tackle him, keep him here, never let him alone. He will be here forever and ever. That's that. The Rebbe's here. We need the temple. We need to destroy the terrorists. I'm ready. Let's do it. Although still I'm worried about being leader, because I still have some foreign thoughts, foreign ideas from time to time. I don't have total mastery over the domain. Is 90% mastery enough? 98, 99. I have the right desires, right wills, and right ideas, but the animal has what to say from time to time, particularly if I'm sleeping. I don't know how to control them while I'm asleep, but I don't know if it's my job, not my job. Anyway, let's at least try to say some considers, because that's always good. Learning to bind our souls to God, pleasure, God, hasten, redemption. I'd like to help you. I like to, some of my passion for God. And the spiritual should be passed on to you. You should be inspired. You should want to attach to me. But further, you should want to develop your own passion for God, your own fire for God, your own spirituality, which primarily comes for certainly getting away from forbidden things, God forbid. Not sinking your soul into permitted things, getting excited about yummy in my tummy, or the money, or the kavod, or whatever else. Having all your passion be for God, and also developing a fear of God. And as you become this guy, and even eventually developing a hatred for evil, this is what I'm working on. I find this very hard. I feel like I'm doing well to stay away from the evil. To learn to actually hate it, it takes time. Times I do better. Times in the sleep, it's tough. It's hard to hate evil while you're sleeping. But I don't know if that's a level we're supposed to strive for or not. Anyway, yeah, so hopefully we can inspire you, but I don't need followers, I need leaders, I need people. We're also pumped up and fire for God himself, because he's truth, emes, enlivening us all the time. He's the greatest and all you could ever want, and a tati, a leader, and a Abdul and Tachlis. God's the greatest. He does everything you want. He works with you. He helps you. He's only good. He's only kind. He carries you on the path. He when you're doing well, he's encouraging, getting out of the way. More stays out of your way when you're doing well. When you're, God forbid, hurting or down, he'll pick you up. You have to know all the things that don't go according to your will and for the best. He's really just trying to help you. It's not punishment. He's cleaning you up. He wants you close, cleaned up at the ultimate party at the table. You should have right away. He could just give the gula right away. That would be nice. Jewish people have done enough, and we're trying. And it's difficult in this world with the concealments and all the pleasures of the touch of the button. It's hard for the Jews. It's difficult. But a thinking person can realize God is enlivening them all the time, giving them everything they need. God's really the only thing that really counts. And if a person's in touch with God, obviously they're going to be rich, happy, well, peaceful, everything they could possibly want. So, guy goes to a job interview. They asked him, a guy comes out of retirement later in life, and the interviewer says, he's looking for something to do. And he says, what's your worst quality? He goes right for his kishkas. He says, I'm a little too honest. He says, honesty's generally a good quality. The guy says, I don't care what you think. Alright, so that's good. Let me see if we can at least put up this first oath. Leave us so much time. We'll try. The flows, like the days that took you out of your going out of Egypt, I will show you wonders, talking about the future redemption. They called Kushim more Admor, and the Rebbe Riyad says, Maimer Divar Moscow Zesh, never leave from Shloshim Shana. The Maimer of the Rebbe Riyad said 30 years ago, Diak Zohar, what the Zohar said about this verse, Shinamar Kimei Loshin Rami. First we see like the days is plural. We're going to talk about this point at length. It's nice to be very clear on the verse, because we will be discussing this at length. One main point is it says days. The days you went out of Egypt. Alright, but wait a minute. You went out one day. You went out on a single day. Today you went out. Today you went out. I don't understand. Today was you going out of Egypt. Many, many years ago. I think 2448. Went out 5776. You do the math. About 3,300 years ago. You went out of Egypt. Taka today. It was one time. It was this day's business. It was one time. It was one day. It was one time. It's over. What are you talking about days? I'm going to talk about remembering the exodus from Egypt. It says in the singular language, the day you went out of Egypt. So I have another verse that says days. Our verse says days. I have another verse that says the day, and actually it was a single day the Jewish people left Egypt. And why does our verse say days? It's very confusing. Why is it plural here? And the Rebbe apparently explains in the previous Maimer, the Rebbe Riyatz, that every single day since you went out until we reach the future redemption, there are also the days of your going out of Egypt. Well, how does that work? Seems like we've been out of Egypt a while. And that's why it's in the plural. The Maimer continues. What's this idea about you going out of Egypt all the days of your life? Let's look at what the Mishnah says. Since it says, it could have just said the days of your life, and that's every day a person's alive. Can't miss a chance to say the Rebbe Melech Mashiach says, could have eternal life in these bodies. The world is that refined. We just have one condition: to makabel panei Mashiach Zikeno, which means memorize Mishnayos and say it in the street. Interesting, we're talking about a mission now, and also to learn in Yanigula Mashiach, which we're certainly doing, and putting on the web doesn't hurt. And I'd like you to start your own websites, put it on the web, and please pass on a little of what you learn. All right. So this word koil, they say, comes to include even the days of Mashiach. So the days of your life includes this world, and all the days of your life includes even the future redemption. Tzarklav, and the Rebbe asks, isn't the future redemption much higher and more wondrous than going out of Egypt? Whether you're talking about the Gula itself, first of all, the Gula itself, it's going to be complete. After we got to Egypt, it wasn't a complete redemption. There were many things happening to the Jewish people over time. Purim, Hanukkah, different exiles, different redemptions. And the Gula Shlema is going to be complete. That's it. We're out forever and ever. Eternal life, whatever you want. Goodness, godliness revealed. It's over. Game over. We won. Well, there's levels in that too, because thank God, God is Ein Sof. You can always go higher and higher in your knowledge of God. There was a Golus after, there was an exile after going out of Egypt. So how are you going to say there's a comparison? And also when it comes to the godly revelations that occurred during the exodus from Egypt, the plagues, the splitting of the sea, etc. Because the revelations we're going to have in the future redemption should be right now are going to be much higher. So why should it be that even in the future redemption we're still going to talk about going out of Egypt? Isn't that going to be old news? And even if it's not, isn't it going to be small stuff, a drop in the hat? One was a one-time deal, and the revelations were what they were. They were pretty nice. And now the future redemption we should have right away is going to be forever and ever, and it's also going to be have much higher revelations. Why are we talking still about old news? At least part of the answer is we say that getting out of Egypt was the pipe opener for all future redemption. It was the... Now, if you have a guy, I think of a guy bushwhacking through the jungle, he's doing all the hard work, and you're just following along. So to speak, open the pipe, it opened the path. Now we can bring things down much easier. It's helping us to bring the ultimate redemption. It opened the pipe, opened the door. So all the days from then till now, in terms of also even into the future redemption, are going out of Egypt. Once that pipe was open, we have been working towards the ultimate redemption. Every day we are getting further and further out of Egypt, so to speak, and closer to the ultimate redemption. If you see going out of Egypt as the pipe opener for the future redemption, and that we're getting closer each day, then every day we're going out of Egypt, getting closer to the future redemption. That's why we mentioned Yimei Loshin Rabim, the plural language. So we could say Shekesher Tishnei and Yanimus Tumaymer Ha'inid Yimei Loshin Rabim Zezikris Yisraim Gam Yosef Shir. And the Rebbe says possibly we could say, and the Rebbe, my Rav Goldberg, Rav Yaakov Goldberg, going in our time, often says when the Rebbe says there is to say, he means take it to the bank. Not a possibility, it is. There may be the connection between these two ideas in the previous mimer about why is it plural days, because we're constantly going out of Egypt, and why do we remember it every day, because it was the pipe opener. Maybe there's a connection between these two things. Maybe it's all hooked on this pipe opening. So that's why we'll even mention it in the future redemption. Right. I have to go back. I said something not 100%. So it includes all the days up until the future redemption. The Rebbe says we could say, when I'm saying we should say, the connection between these two things, that the language is plural, and that will also mention it in the future redemption, not that it's the pipe opener. That the language is plural, and then also we'll be mentioning in the future redemption, seemingly it's old news and small stuff. The reason for both those things is because it was the pipe opener. The pipe opener shows on it's constantly happening, plural days, and it also shows that it was a critical variable for the future redemption, so it makes sense to even mention the Mashiach. So that's why we'll mention it even during those times. We should have them right away, and we somewhat, to some degree, have them now. We should go out right away. But the Rebbe continues, but he says we need more explanation. Seems like both are based on one reason, that going out of Egypt was the pipe opener. But if you look at the setup of the previous mimer, the way it's set up, it really looks like we're talking about two things here, not one single reason, because it says, the way the previous mimer discusses it, first it says that in order to understand why the language is plural days, first we have to understand why are we going to mention going out of Egypt in the future redemption. So it seems like one's built on the other, not two items hooked on one thing. So it seems like we need an additional explanation. Why are we going to talk about going out of Egypt and remembering even the future redemption, which I have right away, and a second explanation, or an additional explanation, why it says plural language. We started with the idea they're both hooked to this idea of going out of Egypt being the pipe opener. But the Rebbe says, from the setup of the previous mimer, it seems it's two separate concepts, seemingly each with their own reason. If one's prefaced on the other, it doesn't really look like they're hooked to the same reason. And we know the Rebbeim set up the Maimorim specific, to the ultimate precision. So it really seems like there's two things here. Alright, I raced it a little bit because there's a lot to do today. I want to wish everyone a kosher and freilich and Pesach. But I'm giving over the right message. I want you to be able to feel comfortable, connect to me. I am a godly man trying to give you a strong godly vibe, a strong lead. You can count on me, you can rely on me. I want you to enjoy the site. Mostly I want you to increase in your service of God, whether it's Torah, Avodah, Gemilas Hasadim, your prayer, your kind deeds, your mitzvahs, helping another Jew. The main thing's helping another Jew. But you want to be Masuder, you want to have a nice family and be able to make parnas and still be involved in all the important things. Pray on time and do all your mitzvahs on time, and also be able to help other people. So it helps to be very, very organized. Today I'm running a little behind the clock. But today is an exceptionally unique day with a lot to do. I don't know if I'm behind or not, but there's just so much to do today. You kind of have to run a little bit. Anyway, I love you all. Feel your blood in my blood, your flesh in my flesh. I don't feel your bones in my bones, your bones are yours. But I just want you to be well. I want you to be inspired to encourage God. There is a light in the world. I'm here for you. There is a pillar of light here to represent the Jewish people, to make sure the Jews are safe. I have a plan to get us the temple. I have a plan to annihilate the terrorists. And here, I want you to be safe. I want you to feel like you can go forward on your godly mission. I don't want you to worry about money so much. God provides. Not that I have a lot of money, but I trust that God provides, and eventually we'll have, well, plenty. And when I have a lot of money, it hurts my service of God, unfortunately. It's so embarrassing to admit. But it makes sense that I shouldn't really have too much money right now, although eventually, I don't know, whatever God has in mind. When the family comes, God willing soon, maybe I'll need more money, and I expect God will give then, and maybe she'll come with money, or maybe we won't need a lot of money. Or maybe the website, maybe we'll live off the support of others, the service of others. This is certainly a high-quality thing we're putting out there. The Rebbe's words. The Rebbe's in the lead. The Rebbe's who you're really counting on. I'm just here to try to help you connect to him. The Rebbe is the king, and he's perfect, and he's shameless, and he's here for you, he loves you. But he wants what he wants, and he wants redeemed. He wants out. He wants us out more than we want out. So let's get us out, get him out, and have a kosher Friday like in Pesach. But yeah, I want you to know I'm here for you. There is a light for the people. I want you to feel comfortable, confident, connect to me, and I'll take you out. Share now.